So the 990 challenge, the whole goal is to build your ideal habit. It does not matter what anyone else is doing. It does not matter like what the perfect route is today. What you want to do is just build the habits that you want that will then lead you to your ideal habits. You got to think of your overall goal and then what it would take to get there. So if you want to be super ripped, for example, you're going to need to eat better and work out, right? So there's two different habits you have to focus on, and understanding that by the time the 90-day challenge is up, your habit will probably be at a more advanced level than where you're at currently. What you're currently focused on is just developing the consistency, the skill set that you need to consistently just do the thing. And then you're improving it throughout that journey. So what you'll see is in my 90-day challenge, each month for the majority of these, there are incremental increases in difficulty. So the first month, a lot of times is what's the basic so that I can build this habit consistently. And then we're going to make it more difficult or make it at a higher frequency, which makes it more difficult as we move along the challenge, because I'm not going from zero working out, nothing at all, to 7 days a week, hour and a half of working out plus walking plus it's like, well, that's going to be really hard. It's a lot of habits to build. So how do you incrementally get there? If you don't work out at all, your first thing is just to show up and go on a walk for 10, 15 minutes, whatever your next step is. Whereas for me, if I'm someone who works out, but not very regularly or doesn't do enough walking, right, it's where I'm starting at and the next level up on my path to the overall goal. So make a little bit more sense. Well, it should make a lot more sense when I show you those specific goals and those habits. The biggest takeaway is these are your habits. Like, I don't really care what you want to do. A lot of mine are going to be a healthy mix of health and professional habits. For some of you, you might be great professionally or financially. What you want to focus on is prioritizing your family or your relationships because you're not doing that very well. Well, I feel pretty good in that area within my life. I feel pretty solid about that component. I'm incorporating some better health habits as well as a few more professional habits that I want to be held accountable to. Not that I'm not doing a lot of these things, but I want to consistently do them and massively grow and improve the quality in which I'm doing those. So I'm going to share with you kind of the overall 9 key topics. You may not do 9 topics. You may not focus on 9 habits. That's totally understandable. Focus on no more than 9 and make sure it's things that you actually care about. Don't do things because I'm doing it, or if you care about the overall topic, but if I'm trying to gain muscle while getting leaner at the same time, maybe that's not your overall goal. Maybe yours is weight loss. Like, everyone's different. So make sure the habits make sense for you. The idea is to give you the general overview that I have, plus what I'm specifically going to be working on, plus the tools and resources I'm using to help myself stay on track and stay consistent, as well as how I am making it very costly for me to fail. Because for some people, that's what you got to do. You got to make it a fairly expensive, fairly hard lesson if you don't execute, right? And you may or may not do that. You may do it, but on a different scale. It's all ultimately up to you what you want to do. So the goal, start with choosing habits that you actually care about, then focus on consistency, and then focus on improving what you're doing. I'm not one to say 0 to 100 day 1. That's how most people fail all of their habits. The goal is to just focus on doing the thing consistently. If you're not working out, like I said, maybe your first thing is I need to start walking. I need to go to a gym, right? Just physically be in a gym, right? That's one of the hardest parts, is physically to get yourself there. That is the goal you're focused on right now in the first phase when you're building. Then the goal is to improve your overall results while you're doing that thing. Maybe you're walking. Now you're going to walk faster. You're going to walk with weight. You're going to walk for longer. You're going to now jog every once in a while. Or you're going to the gym and you're just showing up and you're standing there for 15 minutes. Well, like most people who do that, they get bored and start working out and trying things, right? But it's do the habit, then improve it so you can be more, not just consistent now, but to actually get the most results with your time that you're spending there. Like I said, showing up tends to be the hardest part for the majority of people, just doing the thing at some minimum level. So that should be your goal. And understand that less than 10% of people who build new habits at the start of the year actually stick with it throughout the year. A lot of people overwhelm themselves with too many habits or too aggressive of a goal. Like I said, never working out to being in a gym 7 days a week. Well, in my opinion, it's better to build your momentum with easy wins by showing up and doing the thing, right? Just be at the gym 3 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever, and then scale your way to working out for 45 minutes to an hour, to mixing in 7 days a week of working out between running and weightlifting. Make it actually logical. The worst thing you could do in your path to building habits is to destroy your momentum early on. You don't want to prove to yourself that once again, you cannot execute this habit. For the majority of people, myself included, none of these are necessarily new habits. These are not new things that like you just all of a sudden randomly wanted to accomplish today out of nowhere. You've probably been thinking about a lot of these things and you've probably already started doing some of the work towards some of these things. You just haven't been able to sustain it long enough or get it to the level that you want. So it's better, instead of proving yourself right that you're going to mess it all up, it's better to prove yourself right that you can build the easy wins, stack on that, build the momentum, and then take it to the next level. Don't shoot yourself in the foot right from the start is my main takeaway. The reason why I tell people, I think a huge factor in my ability to have achieved financial freedom through real estate investing, to have acquired over $25 million of real estate in 5 years, that generates more than enough money every single month to pay for my wife and I to never have to work again, is because my goal was 5 properties in 5 years. I didn't know it was going to be closer to 100 in 5 years. My goal was 5 properties in 5 years, 1 property a year. That was much more realistic for where I was starting out. My goal was 100 property in 5 years. I may not have ever even taken the action needed because I was overwhelming myself from the beginning. So if your goals are realistic and tangible, you start making progress, understand that that's part of your goal towards the major goal that you want. You got to build the momentum and the habits to get to that point.